Fair. I went on a rant. He's like, I'm just gonna press.
Just talk to me.
So, this is a Olympic medal. Just letting everyone know. By the way, this is Kevin Rempel. He's a Olympic athlete, an entrepreneur, an author, and a public speaker. And he didn't want to wear this medal in the interview because he felt silly. He's like, it's too self-promoting. It's like, okay, I get it. But I think that it's one thing to be humble, which this man very much is humble. But I think that we need to start being less shy about the representation of our greatness. If there's this famous quote, what is it? It's sort of like, it doesn't do any good to dim your light. This is totally like a iteration of what this quote says. It's not the quote, but it's something like, it doesn't do anyone any good ever, anywhere, for you to dim your light for someone else. The only way that you're gonna help people grow and shine is if you shine. And you don't lose a flame in one candle by lighting another. So I think it's really important that we start being, more proud and brave in the representation of the greatness that we have inside of us. So that's why he's wearing this medal.
I like the candle reference.
Yeah, that's a good one. So I'm Janie Brown. I'm a singer, songwriter, performer from Toronto, Ontario, and this is my friend Kevin Rempel, and I'm gonna get him to tell you a little bit about his story and why he's here today.
So Janie and I met a couple years ago at an athletic event, and just connected on entrepreneurship level, let's call it. And my story in a nutshell is I'm a Paralympic athlete. I spent 5 years on Team Canada playing sledge hockey. I'm in the Paralympics from having a spinal cord injury in 2006. I broke my back while riding my dirt bike, and since then have competed. In 2013 we won the World Championships in South Korea, and also won a bronze medal here from Sochi in 2014.
Badass. High five to that. Thank you for wearing your medal. I would put it in my mouth, but it's actually a lot thicker than they used to look. So we'll just leave it at that. All right, so the first question I want to ask you is, what is your favorite thing about being a professional athlete?
Being in the best shape of my life. All the years that I spent training, what was so much fun about it is feeling what it's like to be at a high performance level, where I know that my body is functioning as I'm so in tune with it. I feel like I was in better shape after my injury than I was before, even because before I kept in shape. Like, I wasn't overweight or nothing, but I wasn't defined. I wasn't regularly going. My health wasn't there.
Yeah. So
just feeling what it's like to be elite was my favorite part.
That's awesome. That's a great answer. What was your least favorite thing?
What was my least favorite? It's weird. I actually can't think of something that was my least favorite right now. It's just I remember I don't have an answer for the least favorite. It was just a privilege to be on a team and to have the experience of traveling the world, to get paid to play a sport, and to experience so much in such a short period of time.
It sounds really badass. I mean, obviously there's a certain amount of stress that goes along with being a professional athlete and a touring athlete. How did you deal with the media and the stress? Yeah, the stress of the media. Let's just start there, and the stress of the crazy schedule.
So, to be honest, the Paralympics in general and sledge hockey, we're fortunate that sledge hockey is one of the sports that gets a lot of coverage. When the sport's been under Hockey Canada's umbrella, they do a lot to help promote it. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't deal with a lot of stress from media point of view. More stress would be just about the long-term commitment, about being involved in something where you practice for so long and you play very little games. It's keeping that vision in your mind about why you're doing what you're doing, and waking up every day to keep on going was the hardest part about being an Olympic athlete. Because we only have had maybe 15, 17 game seasons. So you look at 3 tournaments of 5 games apiece. That's 15 games, and you play one exhibition series of 3 games, and it's like your season's over, but you got to practice 12 months a year for that.
As an entrepreneur, so you're an up and coming author. You're about to release your first book. That's massive, by the way. Congratulations.
It's scary.
Yeah,
it's a heck of a lot of work.
But I want to know. I mean, writing a book seems like a very huge feat, and I want to know what kept you motivated daily especially obviously when doubt kicked in?
So writing the book, what kept me on track, and the same as an athlete training, is that as I had a trainer for athletics, I had a coach for writing my book. And I didn't have a ghostwriter, but I had someone to show up and be accountable to every day that I wrote a chapter. And he had a set of guidelines to follow too. So that's similar just to your workout routine. It's like you show up, you know exactly what exercise you have to do, and then you go do it. And Les Kletke, if you look, globalghostwriter.com is online who I use, and he has a formula for intro, story, reason, and impact. And you can get in touch with him, he'd explain it. But knowing that every day I had the opportunity to wake up and just follow a formula, I just had to show up. The same way as being an athlete.
Okay.
So that kept me accountable. Like I said, what's been challenging, or that it's been challenging, is that now that I'm not working with him, when I go through the editing process, I'm not accountable to show up to someone every day like, hey, have you edited 1 chapter today? Have you edited 3 chapters? And now that I'm back on my own schedule, I found it harder to have the same discipline.
That's right. And so, okay, so that's super good that you admitted that. So I feel the same way when there's a system in place and I'm answering to other people and it's like there's a deadline, like all of that stuff really, really helps me propel whatever it is that I need to do. But then having said that, on your own schedule, then so how do you stay motivated? How do you not sort of fall off the wagon and end up shaggy haired writer who's eating chips every day?
We spoke before about I still try to keep up with a morning routine. That means for me, when I wake up, I throw on a YouTube playlist. I listen to that for the entire time of taking my shower, getting dressed, brushing my teeth, and breakfast as well. And then that's the morning. But actually, if I take a step back, the night before is valuable time for me. Is that I find I have to set my daily tasks or agenda the night before, so when I wake up, I'm not thinking about it. And at 8 a.m., I'm not thinking, what should I do today? I've already made that decision the night before. My mind is clear to know what I need to accomplish, so that when I wake up, it's like, do my morning routine, walk up to my computer desk, and I have my whiteboard, and the first thing I see is, okay, this by 9 a.m., this by 10 a.m., here's my appointments for the day, here's the things that I can do if I want to just tinker around and get little tasks done instead.
I love that. So preparation, organization, planning ahead, that's all, I can so see how that would be super beneficial when you're waking up and you're not groggy, going like, oh, what is it that I have to do?
Why do I have so many chips all over my face?
Exactly. You just wake up and you go.
And a bottle of wine is on the table.
Yeah. Amazing. Well, thank you so much for sharing your story. Oh, last thing. YouTube videos. Name some names. Give some people some awesome speakers that you listen to that they can put on their daily playlist.
Yeah, Jim Rohn, Gary Vaynerchuk, Elliot Hulse, Les Brown, and Grant Cardone's been recent. And then, those are probably.
I'm gonna check out those people. Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing this with everybody. I think everybody will get a lot of value out of someone who's so elite and dedicated, and how you keep yourself that way.
Cheers, thanks, Jane.
Yay! Bye!